Welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to another GBHL YouTube channel video. You're here with your channel host, GBHL James.
And GBHL Jamie. And it's time for another Speak Friendly question.
A proper Speak Friendly question.
A proper Speak Friendly.
A proper Speak Friendly question that includes your favourite channel host,
GBHL Jamie!
That's absolutely right. Yeah. Now, a lot of people, you know, I'm pretty sure that you were quite disappointed that I didn't make the Q&A, and I did actually contemplate, because I did see a comment. someone put, is he gonna go away and film? He's probably gonna go away and film one himself. I have to say, I didn't do it because yours was a proper Speak Friendly question. Yeah. Probably a little bit less entertaining, but you've got to work with what you've got to work with, you know. No, it was really, really good. I did actually watch it whilst what was I doing? When I was finishing the scenario edits for the league final. That's right. So I did actually watch it all, and yeah, it was quite interesting. Now we've only got 24 questions for this. Yeah. Which shows the appeal of GBHL James. so we'll crack on. Woohoo! Okay, so I'll start things off. We've got Beasts of War, Ben Shaw. Yep. That's right. He's put, alas, forgot about questions for this week, but I shall make up for it for a new one for the next. In regards to playing the game, do you find yourself flinching a bit when you see armies go up against each other that don't make sense, as it were? By this I mean Gondor versus Rohan or Dwarves versus Hobbit. That could be quite a bloodbath. I think it works when evil fights evil simply because of the type of infighting. But when it comes to good versus good, something in my bones finds it awkward despite trying to justify it. I felt the same when playing historical war games and ended up with Americans versus Americans in the bolt action, for example. Although it is decidedly easier to say it is a training exercise. I mention it because I'm a real lover of fluff, and putting a reason and thought behind why someone fights someone else, rather than it just being a smush of people fighting for the sake of it. It's not to the extent where I would refuse to play someone because the size didn't match or work in a certain way, but it still jars with me a little bit. Sorry for the wall of text. You do not have to apologise. Beast of War, Ben Shaw. Thank you for your comment. Interesting one.
Yeah. I think as I continue to play more and more, it doesn't annoy me, but I can't think of a reason why the two forces would be fighting. That's quite it's like Lothlorien don't really fight anyone but evil, really. Mm-hmm. So if I'm drawn against, say, a Gondor force with Fountain Court, it's like, what? I've tried to think of a reason why these Fountain Court would fight the Wood Elves is weird.
It's interesting that it's that way round for you, because I thought, because didn't it used to be at tournaments, grand tournaments in particular, that good would have to play evil and evil would have to play good?
Had to have two forces, and good would play evil, evil play good. Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons that put me off a tournament which I could have attended the first Stockport tournament, the fact that there had to be two different armies. So I think in terms of getting new players involved, that having single army tournaments is the way forward. I kind of know what you mean, because even with the channel, even with the type of bat reps that we aim to do, so these aren't when people like challengers or turn up, because of course you've just got to play with what you've got, you know. And I think both of us will probably try and aim to, maybe if somebody brings a good army, maybe we'll try and bring an evil army in future. When my Isengard are up, you've got your goblins, and vice versa, because it's a very interesting point. Yeah.
I mean, so on the channel, if you saw Gondor versus Rohan, which we have had a few times in the past, it's hard to...
What go? You know who that contest is going to?
It's just a bit of a... I'm just watching models, as you say, Ben says, smush against each other. Yeah. Like, there's no themed reason for why they could be fighting.
It then becomes the kind of war game, well, just a war game like a Warhammer or something, you know, effectively.
40k where you've just got two armies, they've met, let's fight.
Yeah, two groups of stat lines fighting each other rather than maybe the kind of fluff that you'd like to see. So I think that's not actually a bad idea, that in the future, because we've started to aim to do more kind of, if we're going to do something, we'll do a scenario or
a narrative.
Something that's got a narrative or something that happens in the books or the movies. You're going to see a lot more of that from us. Yeah. But maybe in the future for battle reports, maybe that should be the policy, that if someone tells us they're going to bring a good army, we bring an evil army, or the like. Although then again, for tournaments, I think free-for-all has got to be the way that it's got to be.
Tournaments you can't unless you're doing like Scotland where you've got good and evil forces needed.
Yeah. So we both understand where you're coming from there, Ben, and thanks for all of your support for this channel as well. We really, really appreciate it. And it would be great to see some of you guys maybe come and attend a Great British Hobbit League event at some point. Maybe give a bit of coverage that way. That'd be absolutely amazing, and you'd be more than welcome. So the next one is from Matt Rondeau.
Next from Matt Rondeau, he says, thanks very much for your criticism on my list. It was the first list I've made in nearly 2 years, and I've yet to play with the new rules, so it was an experimental in the way that I was testing the water. I'll redeem myself, Jamie, I promise. Haha. Should we ever cross paths, I will prove it.
You're calling out Jamie Goblin? Not a good idea.
My question for you this week is, what is more important to you, an army of style or substance, and why? P.S. Great to see Damien and Jamie play off each other whilst talking about armies in the game. A couple of fun guys to be around. Speaking of which, you now have a new embarrassing moment, Jamie. That new world slip at the end was damn priceless. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that bit actually, yeah.
That was embarrassing.
It happens. People don't realise that when you're...
The pressure you're under to read.
Yeah, and it's the fact that you're being filmed.
Yeah.
You know, like I know that...
I realised as soon as I said new, I was like, no.
Exactly.
I've just got to finish it though.
I do it all the time. I've even done it when I'm announcing tournaments.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm.
What was it you said?
I can't remember.
We're going for like we're all gathered. We're about to go to the curry house. Like, right, who wants a coffee? You're like,
yeah.
Let's go to the coffee house. You're like, what?
And you just do it because you're on the spot in that moment. You don't realise you're doing it. It's just a little disconnect between your brain and your mouth sometimes, especially when the camera's on.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, it becomes very hard. I know that Damien has a new appreciation for this, especially with the kind of format where he sat chatting to Tom, you're having a conversation, and because you're having a conversation, you say things that you sometimes you're not being...
You're just gabbling, aren't you?
Yeah, you're not really always really considering the way that you're saying something, as if you would do, as if you were doing it to an audience, but you know, even though we have an audience, I know that even Damien's got a newfound appreciation for that. So in terms of
an army of style or substance, I don't think the two are mutually exclusive. You can have a stylish army that has substance to it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I would absolutely agree. I mean, style, is he talking about the style of play or style of...
This I was thinking, like style might be the fluff essentially of the force, so you know, you've got a themed army, and substance being a cheese build. You could look at them that way, or style means a certain style of play, so essentially yours where you got to skirmish, mine where you got to avoid and pick the combats, and substance being you've got stuff there to do the tools, you got the tools for the job. I guess,
I guess kind of the acid test for you and I is to look at the forces that we bring. So if you look at my Rohan, yes, Rohan is an all-mounted Rohan army is something stylistically, not in terms of playing, but looking and stuff like that, is something that I was incredibly drawn to because of the fluff. As Damien would say, and you would probably say as well, I have tried to optimise that list so that it has substance. You know, in terms of the style of play, then I obviously adjust the style of play depending on what I'm up against. So in that sense, they're not mutually exclusive, and I guess it's the same with your Wood Elves.
Yeah, well, they started off as pure Wood Elves, and then brought in the Hexes, Wozes to bring more substance to the list, to actually deal with the higher defences. So
I think a mixture of the two is probably our answer for that. So next up, we've got David Whitaker. He's put, loved seeing Damien in a Speak Friend and Question. Great to be mixing it up, although it did feel strange without James. Not strange for me. Do you know what I've got to ask? Is that when I watched it, I noticed it is still very light outside. Was it a case of, let's get Speak Friend and Question done before James gets here?
Well, we were thinking, right, if we get Speak Friend and Question done straight away, then we can get a game in to test basically the Ferals versus the Fell Beasts before you and Tom arrive.
Could have done that first.
Yeah, we could have, but we didn't.
Disgraceful. I did notice. That was the one thing. I was looking and I was thinking, they filmed this earlier in the day.
Well, I got there about 2 o'clock. So.
Yes, and you filmed it then?
Yeah.
So I had no chance of getting there. So they knew that. So although the discussion on our little Facebook, the GBHL channel hosts Facebook group, Tom had said, I'm sure James will get there in time so he doesn't have to miss his record of Speak Friend and Question. These two guys made it impossible for me. In spite of Nightmare Traffic, I would never have made it. So thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
I'm sure I'll try and sneak into a plant here at some point. Do my best. So he's put, it's a shame that evil archers are pretty redundant. I've added some spears to my orc archers and plan to use them just as you would spearmen, but with the ability to take the occasional pop shot here and there. Do you think this could work?
Yeah, that's how I view evil archers now. You give them a spear, make them multifunctional, and have them as spearmen first and archers second. with the ability to shoot heroes if you need them. Like if you play against all heroes, try and shoot the horses. Sort of thing.
Needing 6s when you move is rubbish. It's not great, is it? You're going to need a lot of them for that to work out, and it's not the most efficient use of points. Okay, Damien mentioned the LEGO main order catalogues of old, where you could order individual components. I miss when Games Workshop did a similar thing.
Yeah.
You could order any single Lord of the Rings character or a pair of Hobbit characters for £5, which was great if, for example, you wanted specific versions of Fellowship heroes or a specific pose for a diorama. It was even better for Warhammer and 40k, as you could order just about any metal component you wanted, or individual plastic sprues. Those were the days. Were they the days?
Yeah, I came in sort of the very end of that when I started the hobby. I never really benefited from it, so I don't miss it. But I can imagine it sounds like a perfect system. Terrible for a business, but perfect for the customer.
Yeah. He's got one more question. If you could have a pint with anyone from Middle Earth, who would it be and why? That's a good question.
It's either a Hobbit or Gandalf.
I was about to say Gandalf.
Gandalf, just 'cause he could talk to you about anything.
Yeah.
You could get some great wisdom.
Yes, you could. And what great, and he's the dude, isn't he? Really, especially when you read the books. I mean, even in the movies, but when you read the books, he's the dude. He's the dude. So that's the question. Next. Oh yeah, he's put another post.
You're going to finish off. It's David Whitaker, and I'll do the next one.
Not another question, but in regards to the as yet unreleased bar model, I reckon it will be just be released on its own, like the second Thranduil's was. As for Dismounted Sons, I think the King's Huntsman with an axe would look the part. Well, King's Huntsman with axes, King's Huntsmen are really tough to come across. Like they're really sought after.
You've got to buy the Rohan Commander's set. Is that still in production? I think so. But he's in the Rohan Commander's set, and you can't get him on his own, so...
You can't get him on his own, and he is much more sought after than the Captain model holding the Dead Orc. So I use Captain models holding Dead Orcs.
Yeah. Then we got Steve Crow. He says, Jamie, why do you think Shane got in and you didn't on Vikings? I don't know. If I knew that, I might be able to...
Who's Shane?
Shane was in the last video. He commented saying, "Oh, I got into Vikings as an extra." Oh, did you? Good for you, Shane. He says, "Oh, the kid in there lost, brother." Yeah. What's that?
Definitely their loss.
And then he says, "Whoop! I'm in the 281 Chateau d'Auburn." That's for Mansfield.
Ah, fantastic.
Yeah.
The 281. I remember the 281.
We need to book into the 281.
I'm not going.
You're not going, Mansfield?
I can't do it.
For God's sake, I need to find a hotel room to crash in.
Sorry, man.
That's alright.
I can't go because just
yeah.
You know why.
Yeah.
You all know why. I can't go.
Ball game and widow.
Anyway. Jonathan Punchon. That's put a down on it all, hasn't it? Just about getting away with Sterling. Hi guys, what are your thoughts on an all-troll army and which trolls would be best to do it with?
Well, I've always liked the idea of, and I've had it in my head for a long time, of doing Burda and a gang of cave trolls, as if they were his cave trolls that he was the leader of.
There was, on the One Ring, a long time ago, and I can't remember if it's all still up there. If you go onto the One Ring forum, which is fantastic by the way, someone did a, is it like a mountain troll, or a hill troll themed force. And what they did was they used Burda, and you know that theme of furs and patchwork and stuff, and then they did that sort of green stuff on top of
cave trolls.
Cave trolls, and it looked amazing. Like, so they had like wolf pelts or bear pelts and stuff like that, and they had like patchwork clothes and different weapons, and
that's cool.
It looked really cool, like really cool.
Yeah.
Wouldn't necessarily be the most effective.
I don't know. Kieran nearly.
What did he have with it?
Yeah, the necromancer, but it was still a troll army.
Yeah, true. Necromancer helps that with it.
Yeah, it does with having magic and channel sorcerer's blast, channel chill soul. Sorry.
Yes, stuff like that's going to assist it. I've seen it. Well, we've seen it with the 3 trolls. The 3 trolls are really good.
Yeah, they are. Well, who else did it? They did it with the Spider Queen. Joe Horsefall did the Monster Mash, where he had the Goblin King, Burda, Mordor
Troll Chieftain,
and the Spider Queen, and I think like a Bat Swarm or something as well, and then they did Gummer Lake. So again, you need that sort of that caster to.
Yeah. Also, Steve Crow, if you go back through the battle reports, he brought a force versus my Rivendell army with Gildor and those. He brought Mordor Troll Chieftain and two
Mordor Trolls.
Two Mordor Trolls, I think.
Yeah.
Like they were quite armoured up and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that right? So yeah, he did that, and I mean, yeah. So I have seen it before. So next question, Luke Lee Bruin.
Luke Lee Bruin, he says, "Hi guys, missed a few weeks due to moving into uni and being very busy. Another proxy, I'm afraid. I want to use the Witch King on Felbeast without Morgul Crown for my Angmar force. Which is the correct model to use? The Witch King on Felbeast with Crown or regular Wraith on Felbeast? Would you consider this a proxy?" I personally wouldn't consider that a proxy because it is the Witch King and it's sort of like the armour sort of thing. Like he's got the crown on his model, but you've not paid the points, so your opponent probably won't care because he's not.
Completely agree. Yeah. The one thing you would have to be aware of is that if you brought more than one standard ring wraith on Felbeast, what identifies him as the Witch King for your opponents? So that'd probably be the only thing.
So what I did when I took two Felbeasts, the standard wraiths on Felbeast was they're obviously just the regular wraith, so just the cape cowl thing. Mm-hmm. I painted the names onto the bases, so the Shadow Lord and the Undying.
Right. Okay.
So that you can see which one's which. And I think one of them was the Witch King's sort of S-shaped Felbeast, and one was the C.
Oh right, okay, yeah, I know what you mean. So there you go, a little bit of advice there, Luke Lee Brew. Make sure you ask a question next week. Next up we've got the Prancing Ponies, but who would win out of the 3 hunters, giving them all elven cloaks and legless armour, making it 390 points, and Thorin's company, Thorin,
good question.
Thorin, Dwalin, Feely, Keely and Gloin, also equaling 390 points. Please excuse me if I've done any miscalculations.
I'd give that to Thorin's company all day.
More might there, isn't there?
More might. Legless goes down really quick.
Is he going to be able to pick off the softer ones? Feeling Keely defense 5 or 6?
5.
Dwalin 5 as well?
6.
Dwalin 6.
Dwalin 6.
So Feeling Keely might get taken out before they get there.
Yeah, maybe.
With Legless.
Depends how far away they start though.
Of course it does. So there's lots of factors. It's not simple.
I'd still give it to the Dwarfs.
We should do it.
Yeah.
You've got it. I've got 3 hunters.
I don't feel in Keely.
Oh, do you not?
No.
Oh.
The rubbish. I'd take Dory.
Take Dory instead.
Dory and Nori.
Would that be the same points or?
I think that'd be a little bit more expensive.
A little bit more expensive.
But then we can maybe give Aragorn armour or something.
Yeah, you give Aragorn armour. Legless armour.
Like he's got armour.
Has Legless got armour? Yes, right, okay. Yeah, we'll give it a go if you want. Yeah. We'll try that one out. I'll be rooting for the 3 hunters just because I painted them lately. I love them. But
in fact, I think scrap that. I think we've already done it. I think Kieran and I did it. We did very early.
No, you did Fellowship versus Thorin's company, didn't you? No, the whole Fellowship.
It wasn't the whole Fellowship.
Did you not?
It was 3 hunters versus the dwarves I just named.
And the 3 hunters took it.
Yeah, they did.
The 3 hunters took it
because Kieran was able to get into some terrain where only one dwarf could charge a turn.
Smart. That's such a Kieran thing to do.
I know.
Kieran!
not let me fight for fun. Making me charge one dwarf in at a time.
Yeah. Fun for you.
Kieran.
You would have done the same the other way around. Yes, you would.
I'd have retreated more and shot more.
So there you go, your answers there. If you want to check out that battle report, make sure you look for our battle reports. There are hundreds of them.
Yeah,
there's loads.
There's like 40 or so.
We've got loads in the tank as well.
Yeah, it's all in the raw format at the moment. We need to get it edited and uploaded.
Yeah, I need to get on that.
You need to get on that, and so does Damien.
Yes, we do.
Because I've lost my camera and the ability to record.
So no pressure on us.
Yeah.
So next question is Quinn Duggan. I don't read out questions by this man.
It says, when James saw the thumbnail, he started foaming at the mouth. Yeah, I think that's true as well. When he saw me and Damien on the thumbnail.
That's right. Well, no, it was more a case of when I walked in through the door at Damien's, like, have you filmed Speak Friend in question yet? No, yeah.
My question is, would it be okay to go a single point over in a tournament when it isn't the price of an upgrade? No, you can't go over, ever, for whatever reason. James, I'm looking to you because I'm going to be going to your tourney. Sharky out.
That's right, because he was saying that he was Saruman, and because he had his
Oh yeah.
And I was like, more like Sharky. Because yeah, he's had a few problems, hasn't he? He's had a few issues. I hope he gets well soon. No, you can never go over.
No, you can never go over. It's not fair. You can be under because that's your own choice to choose to be under, but you can never go over because you get that unfair advantage.
Of course you do. So next up we got Hajman. I don't think, have we had this guy before?
No, because this is my first question in Speak Friendly Question.
Oh, there we go. There you go. I'm quite good at remembering names, you see. So what does he have to do? Now he's asked a question.
Now you asked a question, now that James and I are going to answer it, you've got to ask us the next question next week, and the week after, and the week after.
Because you are in...
And the week after, and the week after. The loop.
The loop. You are in the loop. If you don't ask a question, then you'll be smited by the gods of Middle-earth. So we've got... This is my first question in Speak Friendly Question. For a while now, I've been fascinated with the concept of doing a Nega Fellowship, made up of the evil equivalent of the Fellowship of the Ring. Here's my list. Bolg as Aragorn, Vrasku as Legolas, Azog on White Warg as Boromir, Witch King, Full, Might, Will, Fate, No Crown or Flail as Gandalf, Shagrat Warleader as Gimli, DeBerts as Frodo, Grinner as Sam, Misty Mountain Goblin Captain as Merry, Misty Mountain Goblin Captain as Pippin, Fel Warg as Bill. I know Jamie ain't a fan of all hero forces, but you guys reckon this would be fun to use. Who would you guys put in your Nega Fellowship if you were to do one? Thanks guys and keep up the great work. Wasn't there a picture?
There was a question last week, not the week last week, the week before, asking us if we'd have an evil fellowship.
Yes there was actually, wasn't there?
Fantasy fellowship.
Yeah, fantasy
an
fellowship.
Evil fantasy fellowship, yeah. That seems very strong in comparison to the fellowship. I reckon if they went up against each other, that they'd take it.
Yeah, I do.
You got two very good big heroes there in Azog and Bolg.
Azog can
Shagrat Warleader
as well.
knocks you over. Durbers would destroy Frodo.
Yep.
Grinner could probably take Sam, and the Misty Mountain Goblin Captains would take the Hobbits.
I think it's a bit too in favour of... how would we change that to make it a little bit more?
You'd have to take warriors as like Merry and Pippin and just give them a fate point, wouldn't you? Rather than making them like heroes. You'd take sort of like...
Shagrat's too powerful to be Gimli.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's got 6 strikes on him, don't you? Maybe just regular Shagrat.
Yeah, regular Shagrat.
It's tricky. Again, it's on the spot, you can't do these kind of things.
No.
I don't think.
And Azog on White Warg is far...
He's well going to outstrip Boromir.
Yeah, I think you could do Azog without...
The White Warg.
Without the White Warg, that'll probably even it up a bit. Boromir's awesome though.
I guess it's the 6 might thing though, isn't it?
Yeah, but still.
It's 57 all the time.
Still, exactly. So yeah, really good to see that. Really good to see. So next up, oh hang on a minute, I recognise this name.
I recognise this name too.
It's Chris Dan.
It's Chris Dan. He says, hello there. I agree with you on the Gladriel Protectress model. To me, she looks like she's doing the Daniel Sturridge goal celebration.
I'm not going to do it actually.
My question this week is, am I correct in thinking that Gildor can lead Wood Elves? Yes, he can.
Kind of.
You can. If you take Gildor, you unlock them for the Rivendell list.
Yeah, but they don't
have to be Noldorians. You unlock Wood Elves and then he gains the ability to upgrade them. You can't
but Wood Elves aren't part of
the Rivendell list. He essentially unlocks them for the list though.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Are you sure it's not that they can just take Noldorin Exiles, and Noldorin Exiles are Wood Elves with the movement?
No.
Does it say that?
Pretty sure in the FAQ it says you can take Wood Elves if you take Gildor with the option to upgrade. Definitely. Pretty certain.
We'll check that out. Just because I've had that discussion before. Well, I might be wrong. I don't know.
My question this week is, am I continuing with...
Just you said it with such conviction.
If so, I've put together an army consisting of Treebeard as the leader, leading 2 Great Eagles, Gildor leading 6 Noldorian Exiles with Wood Elf Spear and 3 Elf Bow, and 3 with Elf Bow. Meriadoc, Captain of the Shire on Pony, leading 7 Battling Brandybucks and 4 Tuckish Hunters. Peregrine, Captain of the Shire on Pony, leading 8 Battling Brandybucks and 4 Tuckish Hunters. And finally, Form Maggot. It's 748 points and 39 models. Would you recommend any changes? Well, just first of all, based on what we were discussing before, either way of our argument, that's completely fine. Which, whoever's right or wrong, because the Noldorin Exiles, they are Wood Elf profiles that can just move, and they are definitely in the Rivendell list. What would you change? It looks like fun. Yeah, let me finish the question off first. I like the mild theme of the army, if you can call it theme. Cheers guys, definitely see you at the East Grinstead event next year and the next Stockport tournament next year.
Yeah, because we met this guy at East Grinstead.
Well, I played him at East Grinstead.
Did you?
Game. Yeah, we drew.
Oh, yes.
He brought a very good army.
And did
he slew the most wargs, but that'll be in the tournament review.
Of course it will, yes. He was a nice guy.
Very cool.
And he got us to sign...
Got us to sign the magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that Chris?
That was Chris Down.
Yeah.
Definitely was.
Okay. Yeah, for the theme of the force, I don't think Treebird and the Great Eagles particularly defended the Shire.
No.
I guess it could be there for Merry and Pippin, but I think you could probably swap them out for something else that is more like Grey Company. If you're going for the theme of defending the Shire.
Exactly. If you're doing defending the Shire, you could have the Elven Twins.
Yeah.
With some Dunedain, or likewise Halbrand was defending the Shire. Even Aragorn. Aragorn was a defender of the Shire.
Yeah.
So maybe sort of look to go down that route. That's definitely what I would recommend. Okay, so next up we've got, wow, how do you say that? Xarfai Engel.
Xarfai Engel.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Noticed the rolled up sleeves straight away. I see what you did there, Mr. O'Byrne. Was he taking the mic out of me?
Yeah, it was.
It's a good job that we had such a great weekend and I could not possibly have anything negative to say about him. But that's for my question this week. Do you like the old Suladan better than the new one? By the way, I love how you struggle to read my name, but you're pretty close, so I let you slip. Pity that James wasn't there to answer the question. Reminder, aim a shield. Maybe James can enlighten me. Yeah. I'm sure Steve had a spare one, or did he use like a spare Son of Ale shield or something?
Maybe, yeah.
Something like that. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. Right.
Also, the old Suladan or the new one? I prefer the new one. A lot of people like the old one. I don't get it. I think it looks very retro.
It's really retro.
Yeah. I'm sorry to disappoint everyone, but yeah, the new one for me.
And also, considering that for the Lord of the Rings movies, and Weta in particular, their design brief for the Haradrim was very, very, very much to make sure that this race of bad guys wasn't just going to be depicted as, you know, what you would think as somebody coming from the Middle East, or because that's bang out of order that all the bad guys, you know, are from that, because that's, you know, not true. So they made a special effort to come up with a completely new culture that wasn't clearly identifiable with the Middle East or North Africa or you know, anything like that. And I think that the old one looks like, you know, could be something from Prince of Persia or something like that, whereas the new one definitely fits that other billing. And I think that might even be one of the reasons why the change, maybe.
Potentially, yeah, could be.
Could maybe be the reason why that model had to be changed.
Or just because they realised it wasn't a great model.
I think it's an awful model. But
the old one's the one where he's got the face mask on, isn't it?
Is it?
He's got like the helmet and then the armoured face. Is it?
The new one's got an armoured face. Oh no, the new one's got like a lion's.
Yeah, a lion's mane over him.
Yeah, that's right. I think the old one, he's got a mask and he's just got like this kind of almost turban-esque sort of wrap thing, and
I'm not a fan.
No, we're not fans. We prefer the new one. So next question, it's Jeremy Smith.
It's from Jeremy Smith. He says, I've always thought the posting of imaginary stat lines and profiles was a bit lame, but here I
go. Jeremy Smith.
No fun from the American there.
I think it's quite funny that he's actually going to do it.
Final stat line, you're all kings of men at best, but with special rules. So fight 5, strength 4, defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 2, 2 might, 2 will, 2 fate. Oh, 1 fate, sorry. James, you get weapon master. So that means you get +1 to wound with 200 weapons and you're never counted as unarmed.
Yeah, obviously, that makes sense.
I get burly.
You get burly. Yeah, I could understand that. Yeah. You're a big, strong guy.
Damien gets... Oh, I can't remember this. Prognostication? Prognostication. So that's the spends his will to reroll in a fight, is it? Was that one?
Is it? I've never heard of that.
That's Oin's, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And Tom gets Chronicler, so if a member of one of us 4 kill a hero or monster within 3 inches, one of us gets a point of might, will or fate back.
That's quite cool. They're quite good special rules for us, I think.
Yeah.
Stat line wise though.
That one's fine.
Come on, Jeremy Smith, you're supposed to be a James.
You're not stronger than Aragorn.
No, I'm quite happy with strength 4, but you guys are not strength 4.
Yeah.
Or fight value 5 for that matter. Okay, next up we've got George Harold. He's put, I'm sure I speak for the whole SB community when I say
the whole who community, the SB community.
Is that what I said?
Yeah. Just like, welcome to the GBHL channel.
That's what it is.
That's what you say.
GBHL channel.
Welcome to our, but you always say, welcome to another GBHL channel.
Welcome to another GBHL channel.
Video.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to say, but like Tom mentioned, you always miss off the video.
Not always.
You do it quite a lot.
Yeah, that's that disconnect thing that we were talking about before.
People have started mentioning it in comments, saying, you're doing it.
Oh really, have they?
Yeah.
He's put, I'm sure I speak for the whole SBG community when I say that we all want to see the lovely Emma O'Byrne promoted to GBHL status. When is this going to happen? She's more of like the puppet master.
Yeah, it was funny, like trying having the meal, she was suggesting things and like they'd be glossed over, and sort of 3 hours later we'd come back and decide on what Emma had just suggested. She was like, I told you all like 3 hours ago, but I thought I'd let you all work it out by yourself.
Yeah, Emma O'Byrne is cool.
Yeah.
She's really cool and a great host and very lovely for letting us stay and making us feel welcome and letting us eat at a place and sleep at a place and
cooking us food.
The spider roast.
Lovely food.
That was awesome.
It was so nice.
Awesome. There's a little bit of you, isn't there, when you're there, and you know that that meat is there to last them for a couple of meals.
You really want to take more.
You'd be like, you know what? That's one less sandwich for Damien this week. Because it was lovely. So thank you so much. Next question.
Next question is from Kurt Leach. He says, what do you target with bows? I try and target the models with a lower defence to trying to break my opponent. Unless there is a hero with defence 6 or lower, I will shoot the bejesus out of him and get rid of the might. I once shot 12 shots at full on the fat and killed him before I could get to combat, and without spending any might. I got 1 6, but he had 3 poisons, and then I got 3 6s with them and killed him.
Can you remember when you did that to one of the twins in that battle report when you were the Grey Company versus Rivendell? You killed a twin in the first round of shooting.
Like, wow.
And I was like, you know what I was like? I don't know how that turned round.
Yeah.
Element Games dice, I think.
Yeah. And there's definitely a case for banning Element Games dice.
Nah.
Shooting, yeah, I'd agree. Just your lowest defence stuff or your highest priority.
Yeah, I see it that you are trying to get rid of dice from your enemy's pool, as it were. And you want
shooting through to space supports, so they typically won't have shield, maybe.
Shamans.
And then Shaman's the other one, the things that are going to disrupt your battle plan.
Banners sometimes. Yeah, banners. Yeah.
Even then, banners is tough because you got to kill the guys in base contact and then get enough to get through to them.
That's true. That's true. Unless, of course, you're playing against an amateur like me who never puts anything in base contact.
Right, shoot phase. Oh no. I've done it again.
I've done it again. I always do it.
Right, next turn. Got to put it in base contact. Shoot phase. No.
I'm useless at that. I'm absolutely useless. Okay, so next question is from Barry O'Neill.
Barry.
I love this guy. Hey guys, sorry I haven't commented lately. Been mad busy since I got back from DOS 2.0, which was an amazing event. I enjoyed that so much. Anyway, no question this week. Just want to thank you guys wholeheartedly for another brilliant weekend, and I can't wait until December. Christmas will literally come early this year. Oh, we're looking forward to seeing him. He's going to get another There and Back award. Yeah. Just 2 of them this last time.
Yeah. Niles and Barry. So Billy then.
He's had the chance to be even more excited about the league final. Yeah. Because on the Monday night, I went to go meet him, took him for a drink, and he was saying,
roped him into.
Well, he wasn't too sure, because of course it's a commitment. He wasn't too sure. The third one, and I said, listen, it's going to be like this. This moment of custom scenarios. These are the kind of things that we're thinking about. These are some of the special rules, and he was just like, I'm coming. So yeah, looking forward to seeing you there, Barry, and having another amazing weekend. Next up we've got Dave Egan.
No, we've got Modelling Master. We've missed one out this year. Dave Egan's yours.
Oh yeah.
Come on, read more gamble. Yes! Yes! One line!
right. Let's just explain this interaction here. So the read more, it's like deal or no deal, really. Jamie, I'm not too fussed, but Jamie doesn't really like reading out really long comments. Don't let that put you off.
Right, a big wall of text, yeah.
Definitely not. But because we alternate, there is a little thing of like who's going to get the next big one, and that was quite funny. Modelling Masters said read more, which could mean that there's this much text or this much text, but when you clicked it,
space Ian, that was it. Go away with it. Superb
effort.
Thank you, Modelling Master. Hi guys, thanks for backing me on the Eagle situation. Can't wait till Mansfield. Hope I get to play some of the regulars. This week's question is, what would you think of an entirely Candish army on horses and chariots? And do chariots follow all the monstrous mount rules, page 64 and 65, apart from the ones that it can't, which are stated in its profile, because that would make them beasts? Thanks, Ian. Candish army on horses is going to be expensive, firstly, to collect, and I do actually think that they could function as an army on horse. Candish kings are awesome. They're cheap enough to get your bow limit. I mean, you've got to stick to the 1/3 bows, but I think they can do that. They 4+ shoot value, fight 4, axes, defense 4. They could do it.
Yeah, I think they could do it. They could definitely do it. You'd have to play them similarly to how I have played my Rohan sometimes. Yeah. You're going to have to skirmish, but then you've got
the Mongol horde.
But you've got the tools as well for the next part, because chariots are awesome.
Yeah, chariots. They're going to bowl over the cavalry. Yeah, they can't hurl or do anything like that anymore, which is good.
Yeah, that's been FAQ, doesn't it?
It makes no sense that they would.
No, why would no?
Yeah, I can see barge being they're only one of those 3. They should be able to do.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool. I think it'd be really cool, but yeah, they can't do any of the monster brutal power attacks or anything, can they? And he's going to Mansfield.
Yeah, so I will see you there. He won't.
I won't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tom.
I thought you were going to win Mansfield. How are you going to do that now?
No, I'm going to win Stirling.
Oh, okay.
I was going to win East Grinstead. I tried. Got close. I needed to become 3rd.
Yeah. I got nowhere near.
I needed to come 3rd desperately. Next up we've got Dave Egan. He's put, oh my days! No James, he's missed a speak friend in question. Yeah, I did. It's very, very sad. I'm sorry for letting you all down and leaving you in the hands of these 2 incompetents, but I hope that you enjoyed their video. On the other hand, it was a pleasant surprise to have none other than GBHL Damien himself in a speak friend in question. Yeah, it was cool actually. It was cool to watch. I enjoyed it. I should explain the major reason why James has the highest stats. It's not because he's James. It's simply because he has military service under his belt. That's where my bias comes in. I'm biased in favour of the British Army. Take away James's army service and his stats go down significantly. I would agree, because trained to shoot, trained to fight, not just through the army.
Yeah.
You know, and I lift weights. But now, if we were to be truly honest...
You messed up.
Oh right, Damien's special was meant to imply he had Saruman/Gandalf spells.
Okay.
Cool, what did he give to... Can you remember?
It was the one with 6 will, and his thing was charisma, he can charm the opponent or something.
Cool. Now, if we're to be truly honest and realistic about stats, and I mean properly honest and realistic about your stats, most of us wargamers will have a profile more like Fight 1, 6+ shoot value, Strength 2, Defense 2, Attack 1, Wound 1, Courage 1, with some of us having slightly better profiles depending on age, fitness, size, strength, lifestyle, etc. James would only just make the profile of a Rohan warrior. He's coming to Stirling, isn't he?
There we go, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. He's got the eyes on the point.
Okay.
That's enough. Sorry for making you cry about not being a Viking, Jamie. The lad at my work mentioned Vikings and I remembered you, so I was curious to ask. It's too bad you didn't get to be in it. I think most of us would quite like to see you as a Viking. Maybe see you hacking someone's limb off, or even getting your head chopped off.
From one extreme to the other. Wow.
I love that.
That would be cool.
That would have been well cool to see you get massacred as a Viking. It's a shame. You should have gone in there and told them you're from the GBHL YouTube channel, and that you've got a huge following internationally that would probably watch Vikings as a result of being on the show.
Yeah.
Should have been a diva. That's what I'd have done. Give me this part now. He's put, if I come to the league final, where's a good place to stay? Preferably cheap.
The Britannia Hotel is probably the best. You can probably even maybe jump in with some other people, drop the cost a bit more. You're only there for sleeping, so...
Yeah, lots of people go to Britannia. It tends to be the hotel of choice, cheap.
And if you get up really early, you can get down to breakfast before the huge queue arrives, as I found out when I stayed.
Oh, you crashed there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Lastly, James, if it came to the league final, could I do a training session in a biotic gym? If we get time to.
Stay on the Monday if he does.
I was going to say, if you stay around on a Monday, there's a chance. I mean, but still, we tend to meet up with people who don't go back until shoot. You don't.
Coming back to Stockport too much.
Yeah.
Well, I might be fine this time though. Because I'm not running it.
That's absolutely true. Yeah, you might be alright. Yeah, that's a good point actually. But also, is there something wrong with your PayPal email? I tried to send a donation for the channel, but it wouldn't let me. That's interesting.
It could have been that raffle moment.
It could have been. It could have been. Try again. ilovewargaming@gmail.com, and I'll let you know. I'll let you know if it comes through. Lots of other people's come through. Yeah, very, very interesting. Okay, so next question is from 19 Mark F91.
It says, hey guys, Eldar and Elver here is special rule, twin elven blades clearly states when fighting on foot what happens if they're mounted. They don't get their 3 attacks, and they don't get it.
Well, unless they're charging, using the charge.
Well, but they just don't get that rule if they're not on foot. So that was an easy one.
Very, very easy one. Thanks guys, happy strategy battle gaming.
Yep.
Next up we've got Leonardis, East Grinstead Wargamer. He's put, I've not seen you at the last couple of East Grinstead tournaments.
No, I've not.
No. He's put, what is it with the eating whilst talking? Terrible manners and put me off. Please, please, please stop. It's a real pet hate of mine. Other than that, great job guys.
Yeah, we were eating sweets as we were talking.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Disgraceful.
We've done it all the time in here as well.
I never eat on the channel.
You done it mid back rip.
I know.
Mouth full of like.
Sorry about that guys, camera died. Not had that problem so far with this one. Okay, so where are we up to?
We've just done
Leonardis.
Mark, it's you on Leonardis. Oh no, it's me on HD Miniatures.
This is Harry.
He says, hey guys, here's one for this week. How many War Marauders would you take for a beast-focused 800,000 point warrior army? PS, finally great to catch up after travelling from Australia to UK with James after so long. Jamie, you're on the next list next time. We'll have to squeeze in and match Mr. Givlin. Thanks guys. Magazine is going great by the way. Well, the magazine's not us at all. That's Tom and Damien's separate venture.
Yeah, we're just contributors to the magazine, so we obviously support it, but that's definitely GBHL Tom and GBHL Damien as Tom and Damien rather than GBHL who are doing that. And of course we want it to do really, really well because our whole motto the whole way through this channel has been support your Hobbit hobby. Yeah. And I hope you guys get out there and support it because that magazine is awesome.
It's amazing. It's well worth donating to get the physical copy. How many War Marauders? As many as you can fit, as you feel comfortable with.
They're awful. I didn't think from meeting you that you were that guy. He's a nice bloke actually.
He sent me a message apologising.
Well, he assumed by messaging me that I would include you. I just thought he wanted to meet his favourite channel host.
Well, that was awkward, wasn't it?
Easy assumption. Yeah, when I turned up, he was like, oh, well, where's Jamie? It's like, what? Jamie doesn't live with me. But really nice guy. We had some lunch, had a couple of pints and that. And congratulations, Harry, because he's engaged.
Oh.
He got engaged while he was doing his journey of Europe.
That's good.
So I met him.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and it was what was his fiance's name? I can't remember. I won't attempt and get it wrong. But yeah,
you just did.
I met. It wasn't Joelle. It was something else. Giselle.
Just move on.
Giselle, I think. Okay, but congratulations to you both. Next up we've got Mark Bebe.
You know who we've not seen for ages? Wobbachicka or Cho-Cho Master.
Where are you, Wobbachicka?
Cho-Cho Master!
Wobbachicka.
Cho-Cho Master!
Wobbachicka.
Oh, I missed them.
No, I missed them too. Where are you? Where are you? At Semp the Great!
Yeah.
Where are you?
Son. At least we still love.
This is why they've not come back. Because we're horrible to them. No, we miss you. Come back. He's put, hey guys, what do you think of the passengers rule? Is it worth using? Have the model with Legolas and Gimli on horse and Aragorn on horse. 3 hunters all mounted.
Passengers is scenario specific. You can only use it in scenarios. For the main game, it's too open to exploit.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Like, let's have Gandalf on Shadowfax. Oh, Alfred, be my passenger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's run around together for 12 inches and.
That'd be awesome.
You know, it's far too open to abuse. I think passenger roads are cool for scenarios to get models that shouldn't be able to move fast to places quicker, but you can't use it in regular play. If your pirate says yes, and
superb for my army. Yeah. It would be superb for my army, but it's not allowed. It's not allowed. It'd be good for dwarves and stuff as well.
Yeah. Pick one up, carry it along, and drop it off. It's actually what they used to do with Legolas and Gimli.
Yep. But it's a shame from the Fellowship point of view. Sorry, the Three Hunters point of view, because of course you want to give them all horses. You want to give them all horses.
Like Gimli's ruining it for you.
Gimli ruins it, and you want him in there because of the theme, but you can't. So I guess you could get around that by using
that model.
You could use that model, but it would just be mounted legless. You couldn't drop him off. So next one, this is your.
Oh, sorry, I've read this plenty of times. It's a stat line one.
Okay.
Elliot Guest says, "Okay, guys, let's see if we can settle this profile debate once and for all."
I doubt it very much.
GBHL James is 97 points. Fight 4 with a 4+ shoot, Strength 4, Defense 4, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 5, 2 might, 2 will, 3 fate. He has an Elven Blade and armour. The special rule is the Get Buff challenge. At the start of his move, GBHL James can spend a will point to issue a Get Buff challenge against a foe of his choice. That foe must immediately take a Courage test at -1. If the test is failed, both the foe and James must immediately move toward one another for the remainder of the game until they fight a combat. If James wins the roll-off, the opponent is not prone, as though charged by cavalry.
That's a good rule.
And James' strength is increased by D3 until the end of the phase. So you could go up to strength 7.
Yeah, makes sense. You're right. But I just want to let you know that at 400 meters, that I could probably put 30 rounds in a hole about that big in your chest.
That's fantastic.
It's a good shoot value.
You're not shooting with automatic rifles.
Shooting value, and also from a defence point of view, Kevlar plates, that come around here.
They aren't in Middle Earth though. No,
this is me in Middle Earth, transported down with a mini-me like machine gun.
Okay, so GBHL Jamie, 97 points as well. Fight 3 with a 3+ shoot value. Sorry.
What?
Strength 3, Defense 7.
What?
2 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 5, 2 might, 1 will, 3 fate. War gear, a small pair of picks for use when picking Lego bricks apart. Functions as a regular pickaxe in battle, so piercing strike. And throwing axes and heavy armour and shield. Special rule, Tactician Master, winner of tournaments.
That's cool.
Essentially it's the exact same as the Gothmog special rule.
Yeah.
If you use a point of might within 6 inches of me, I can use the same thing. GBHL Damien, he's 96 points, he's Fight 3, Strength 3, Defense 4, 2 attacks, 3 wounds, Courage 5, 1 might, 4 will, 3 fate. War gear, a massive flail, because it's fun to have a character who can whirl, and armour, and his special rule is Wisdom of Ardour. Damien has spent years lovingly studying the world of Middle Earth. At the start of his move, he can spend a will point to gain for himself an enemy special rule for the rest of the turn.
That's cool.
There is no range to this ability as long as Damien can see them. That is quite a cool rule.
That's a cool rule. I like that. Although I do think after Saturday night that he definitely needs a dinosaur-related rule.
Yeah.
Because I have to say, watching Jurassic Park with
maybe you can have like a Velociraptor mount.
That would, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I would let him have that.
GBHL Tom, also 96 points, Fight 3, Strength 3, Defense 4, 2 attacks, 3 wounds, Courage 7, 3 might, 1 will, 3 fate. He's got a massive spiked club and armour. Special rule, the Unexpected Bringer of Death, inspired by his success in the SBG magazine Battle Report. You keep a tally of Tom's kills. On killing 3 models, he gains D3 strength for the rest of the game. Grim. On killing 5 enemies, he also causes terror. If he kills 7, he gains D3 attacks for the rest of the game.
Tom's well good.
Tom's amazing. So Tom could essentially get to fight strength 6 with 5 attacks, terror causing.
Okay, right.
This is fine.
At the start of your bash, you say, let's see if we can try and settle this once and for all. It's not settled.
I think it's settled.
It's not settled.
I think it's settled.
Definitely not.
I
think we should come up with some profiles.
No, because you'd be like, oh, I'm Fight 5. Oh, I'm Strength 5. Oh, no. I'm stronger than Aragorn. Oh.
No, I could understand.
Oh, I can shoot. Oh, 2+ shoot value.
No, it's
better than Thranduil.
It's all about relativity between the hosts rather than the game.
It's the game. It's got to fit into the game.
Yeah. So, fight one.
Just defense 7.
No.
We'll take you out.
No, I like the idea of a save for you. You know, like an extra fate point or something. Like not fate point, but like a save.
Like a blubbery mass.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I was thinking like a 5+ though.
Okay.
Not 3+. I mean, you're in better shape than that. Do you know what I mean?
Let's keep going.
So next up we've got Ryan Hinch. I read that as Ryan Hench then for a second. Ryan Hench! He's put, hey guys, just a quick list I would like you to scrutinise for me. The theme of the army is Angmar and Mordor, monsters and mounts. I have maxed out Witch King on Armoured Horse and both the Morgul Crown and Blade. Next up I have a Mordor Troll Chieftain and Badur. Finally, to try and stop those pesky arrows, I have the Shadow Lord on Armoured Horse. This is 595 points. Would you recommend me swapping any of the models, and if so, why? And also, any pitfalls I need to be aware of if trying to run a army like this. All the best, Hobbit Hinch. So maxed out Winch King on Armoured Horse.
He's good with the Crown and Blade. He's probably not as good as a Fell Beast, but he's good with the Morgul Crown and Blade. It's pretty close to a Fell Beast.
Mordor Troll Chieftain and Badur.
Both good.
Yep. And then the Shadow Lord to be a caster.
As a standalone force, it's good, but I just don't think it would have the capability to win.
Scenarios.
The scenarios, yeah.
Yeah, as a bunch. Yeah.
As a to the death force, yeah, by all means they probably do really well, but it's the thing with the evil hero forces. Besides the ring raids, it's very much an eggs in one basket. Like Badur can drop quickly. You know, okay. he's 3 wounds, he's defense 6, he's got 1 fate. Mordor Troll Chieftain, admittedly a bit harder with defense 8, I think he is.
Yeah.
Or defense 7.
Oh, is it 7s across the board?
I think he's strength 8.
Oh, he might be 8s.
Because the normal ones are 7s.
Normal ones are 7s, yeah.
And again, he's 3 wounds and 1 fate. And as good as the ring wraiths are, if you can drag them into combat, they've got 1 attack. They just don't have the sort of the staying ability that the good heroes do with constantly having 3 attacks. Yeah.
I think so. Go and give it a go.
Yeah, the best way to do it is to try it.
Try it and let us know how you get on. We look forward to hearing all about it. Next up, we've got Larry Miller.
He says,
one and only.
So James finally missed one. Kept expecting him to pop in just to maintain this record.
But they made that impossible because they filmed it dead early.
We did think you might just run into the house and be like, run up straight to the camera.
That'd been dead good.
Yeah. For this week's question, what do you think of armoured horses? When models have an option for an armoured horse, named Wraiths for example, how do you decide which to go for? For the named Wraiths, I'd give them a horse, and if you've got 5 points left at the end that you can't spend on another model, I'd give them the armoured horse.
Yeah, armoured horse is going to be better against strength 2 shooting.
Strength 2 and I guess the strength 4 things in combat,
yes,
but it's irrelevant really.
Yeah.
It's more to keep them alive during shooting.
Indeed. Yeah, I would say don't necessarily plan your whole thing about it, but if you've got the points spare then...
Or if they come with it.
Do you know what you guys should have done, so that I could maintain my record? You should have filmed all of the Q&A except the last question or something, and then waited for me to arrive.
It's easier to do that in retrospect, isn't it?
Yes it is. Yes it is.
Next
Inconsiderate
question.
Fellow channel hosts. Next up we've got Rushek. He's put, hey guys, sorry my question is so late, but here it is. I was watching some of the Battle Company vids and reading the rules, etc. I'm curious to how the Dwarf Iron Veteran promotion for Durin's folk before I set up my own battle company. Is this just a promotion in title only, or are there stats that go inside? I can't seem to find the stats that go along with it, so I'm assuming it's just a title promotion. Can anyone help me or direct me to the answer? Thank you and have a terrific week. Can direct you if you open your Free People's book, if you've got one. Murin and Dwarf can upgrade regular Dwarf Warriors to Iron Hills Veterans and they get a certain stat increase. And they do indeed, so make sure you go and check your book out for that. And then next up, Billy Fitzmaurice.
He says, Damien, did you really woo after you read my name out? You certainly appear on Speak Friend and Question every week.
You can certainly appear on Speak Friend.
Oh, you can certainly. Oh, that's good.
Oh, really? Yeah. Is that how you feel, Billy? Are you part of Team Not James?
As for this week's question, have either of you read the Silmarillion? If so, what did you think of it? I'm currently reading it now, and I'll be honest, while some parts are really exciting, a lot of it is really wearing on me. Don't get me wrong, I think it's great that Tolkien thought of all these different places and given them all a bit of background, but it's just not how I expected the book to be. I'm yet to read The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings. Are those two anything like the Silmarillion? Cheers again, guys. No, the Silmarillion's a whole different book.
You don't read it as a. You don't necessarily read it as a narrative. It's more a chronology of history, of the history of Arda, and of the world and the formation. It's a backstory.
I got halfway through. I got really interested in the elves, and then just stopped reading it. Like you do with books, where you're like, "This is a really good book. I won't read it anymore."
It's got some fantastic little stories in there.
Yeah,
like some really, really good little stories that are well worth being expanded on. So I guess like Children of Húrin does that. Expands on some of the stuff from Silmarillion. Yeah. It's essentially a piece of work to be delved back into for other stories.
Yeah. The Hobbit is very easy to read. It's a child's book.
The Hobbit is the most different, I think, out of all of them.
Yeah.
Let's say you got Silmarillion on one end, you've certainly got
Hobbit
sliding scale. That's for you, Damien and Tom.
Yeah.
Sliding scale.
Yep. You got The Hobbit one end, Silmarillion the other, and Lord of the Rings probably.
It's probably closer to Silmarillion than The Hobbit.
Well, even then,
it's more
out of the two of them, relative. Yes, it's close to Silmarillion, but it's nowhere near the Silmarillion on the scale.
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
I'd say it's probably just like about there's Hobbit, there's Silmarillion. It's probably around about there somewhere.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine someone watching this without the volume on.
They really understand that. Oh right, yeah.
Maybe rewind and do that without the volume on. That would be quite funny.
We should just take the volume off.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings is fantastic. Lord of the Rings starts off slow and story-like, and starts off written more like The Hobbit, a little bit, except less simplistic. And then it becomes very fast-paced and gets a lot in.
It's slowing down now in the final book. I'm sort of slugging through. I just want to get to the Scarab of the Shire.
Okay.
I've stopped reading it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Once Gandalf and Merry got to Gondor. No, sorry, Pippin got to Gondor.
I've actually picked it back up and I've started reading it for the 5th time or whatever it is. So yeah. I think it picks up after Bree with Lord of the Rings. So make sure you persevere after Bree, because then it becomes really interesting. Yeah. So yeah, keep going, Billy. Good work. And next up we've got Camille Demansky.
4 times in a row.
He's put, "Hey guys, it was nice to see you all at the tournament. Hope next time I'll be lucky enough to play one of you." Yeah, me too. I want to play Camille.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was trying to like lose games so I could play different people.
Yeah, you were.
Definitely.
You were doing very well with that. Anyway, question for today is, if you could have a chance to change a story of one hero from Lord of the Rings Hobbit movies, who would it be?
Boromir!
What would you change?
Boromir! He wouldn't die.
Great vids as always. Yeah, I agree with you.
You never walk alone.
Well, what you really want to happen for everything is you want Boromir to stay in Gondor fighting
and Faramir to go.
Because Faramir can deal with the ring.
Yeah,
but
better.
Well, in the movies supposedly not, but in the book.
Yeah, Faramir's like, well, I promised I wouldn't take it from you, so
off you go. I would not pick that thing up if it was left lying on the wayside or whatever is the direct quote. So yeah, you'd swap that round, because you don't want Boromir. Boromir is an awesome hero in the books. I mean, in the books he's so much better, and Sean Bean's awesome. Yeah. But I think that they try and show him sometimes to be too weak
in the films,
and it's only until you see the extended stuff for the Two Towers, that you get a clear picture of what Boromir is actually like. Yeah. Real hero of men. So yeah. Same answer from both of us. Oh, he's put another one here. He's put not many questions this week, so I've got another one. If your girlfriend, let's say you're together 1 year, would ask you to stop SBG, would you do it? Be honest. Would you do it? I'm going to ask you first, because I expand on this quite a lot.
Yeah, I think, assuming that if I get with Amy, then I'd probably say no, because you knew it before you got into it. I think for me, when I get a girlfriend, they're going to know I do this hobby before it becomes a relationship. So I'd probably say I might cut down on it, but wouldn't stop.
That's a very interesting point, especially than when relating it to my own situation, because Jane is in a situation where when she met me, I didn't do any of this nonsense. You know, I didn't, and it's something that I've started doing the last 2 years, so it's something that is new to her as well as it's new to me. And you know, be brutally honest with you guys, you know, she definitely does not like me going away once a month.
It's the regularity of it, isn't it? I could see if like a very sudden change in the relationship where you're like, right, I'm off for 4 days with the lads to Mansfield, I'm off for 4 days with the lads to Scotland.
Yeah. And I can empathise with that. I completely understand it. I try and justify it by, you know, we're trying to turn this into a business,
yeah.
but at the same time, it is my hobby as well. And you know, so for example, she, you know, I've been saying to her, I'm trying to turn this into a business. And then last night when I was doing the, so it's not last night, on Sunday, but when we're filming this, so Wednesday night, I was trying to finish off the editing for the scenario packs for the league final. And when she came in, I was just finishing it off. And you know, I was off yesterday, so I'd done a bunch of jobs around the house and stuff. But I did actually say, oh, I'm just finishing this off. I've just been getting things ready for Stockport at the end of the year. And she got to a point, and she was like, listen, you should be unwind. Didn't you should be unwind? And I said, oh, but this is my hobby. I'm just enjoying doing this. You know, it's not like and she said, I thought you were making it a business, kind of thing. I think. Like I've actually said to Jane, if I would not compromise my relationship with Jane for anything. So if Jane turned around to me and said, I want you to stop the hobby, I would stop the hobby. Yeah. Of course I would. She is my absolute world. And you know, that makes it quite hard for me to, you know, it really does make it quite hard for me to go and do the sort of tournament, because you want her to support you doing it. Yeah. But she doesn't, and you can't win either. So for example, on tournaments where I've tried to just like one day in these squints to try to drive
down, drive back,
so that it's not, you know, during that day Jane's at work, she's working, but because I'm not back when she gets back and stuff like that, and because she's then worrying about me doing the driving, you're not winning on the other side, and then for this last East Grinstead, because it's a Friday effectively through to a Sunday night,
you're away for so long that
and I think that Jane's main point is that she feels like I could be making a better use of that time all the time. So it is important to have hobby time, but because it's the regularity of, I don't think actually I'll be able to go to all the tournaments.
Even for myself, I've enjoyed doing every tournament this year that's been sort of league counting, but I don't think next year, one, I'll be able to afford to do it all, and two, I think I can, now I've got a good idea of what the tournaments are like, I can pick and choose which ones I definitely want to bookmark as go into.
Yeah, and I'll probably be doing exactly the same. So even though I don't go out on weekends with the lads and stuff like that, really, that is my sort of weekend away, because it's once a month. I think that there is a problem with it. And even if like I try and sit down and do some painting, she would definitely feel like there are better things I could be doing. You know, especially with the run up to our wedding. You know, there's still a couple of things in Jane's mind that need doing in the house, and if those things aren't done first, then there's an issue. So if she did ask, then I would have to say goodbye to you guys.
Yeah. I moved down south.
You'd moved down south, and you'd all forget all about me.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Delete all the videos.
I'm sure you'd all forget about me very quickly. But if anything should happen to me, I love you all. Try not to forget me. So.
Next up is Camille again.
He's put to make the Q&A longer. There's another one. Will you ever consider to repaint the models that you are not proud of?
Repainting models is tough. I've thrown them away before.
I've explained. This is a really good question, because I had this conversation with Damien the other day, because I want to repaint.
You want to paint all your sons and things and riders?
I want to repaint some of my sons, and I want to repaint the cloaks on all of my riders. Yeah. Because it's the first full army that I painted. Yeah. Like really, even though Grey Company I did quite a bit on. It's the first full army, and because it's my favourite army, it's a little bit of a shame that they're missing out on some of the painting improvements that I've done since. So
just buy new models.
No, I'm going to repaint them.
You repaint them. Yeah. How are you going to do it?
On the cloaks. Yeah. I'm going to imagine that the colour that's on them at the moment is the base colour. Okay. So I'll probably just reapply that.
Paint up from what they're currently at?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to paint up from what they're at. So at the moment they've got quite a stark highlight on the cloaks. So what I'll probably do is just, because they've got Caliban green cloaks, I'll probably just paint a line of Caliban green over all of the highlighted bits and then just highlight up from that. Yeah. Probably.
Cool.
And the Sons of Ale as well. And the Rohan Outriders, for that matter. And now we got... Should we break the rule? Do you want to read this one?
No, it's still yours.
Oh, last one I promise. This is from Camille. Camille, we love you. You're a great guy. So last one I promise. Where's the hobby vlog from Mr. Tom Harrison?
Yeah, Tom. One job.
One job. And 2 jobs.
Yeah, 2 jobs.
1.5 jobs.
1.5 jobs, yeah.
1.5 jobs. But we want to know what his latest project is. That is all from me. Take care.
To be fair, we've been pretty poor on the hobby vlog side. I can't record anything, so...
You can't record anything, but also from a hobby point of view...
Well, I've been doing stuff recently.
You had Stockport.
At Stockport, and then very quickly afterwards, like 3 weeks after East Grinstead, I got stuff painted during that time, but I didn't want to do a hobby vlog on it because I didn't want to release what my army was. But then that was for now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Oh well. Well, that brings us to the end of this week's Speak Friend and Question.
Yeah.
We hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's good to be back, I have to say. I do like this format. I do like it, and I hope you tolerate me being...
Yeah, I tolerate it.
Jamie, by the way, as much as he hates my guts, he did actually get me a very nice birthday present, didn't he? And I really appreciate it. And I'm actually going to try and build that with Jane.
Oh, good.
I'm going to try and get her to do it with me. I'm going to try my best. So, as always, guys, make sure that you comment, like, share and subscribe.
Support your Hobbit hobby and follow us on Twitter.
And happy strategy battle gaming.